And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Welcome to the season premiere of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou. Back home on the Casa D-18 Studios channel. Stat Boy, how does it feel to be back on the channel that launched you?
Wow. The circle is complete. I'm back home, back in the Casa where it all started. I couldn't be happier. Back with my brother, back with my best friend, back with my new friends. Let's get this party started. A pleasant good evening and good afternoon wherever you all may be. It's time for Stat Boy Sports Bar Season 3. Wow. We're starting off the season with, of course, the saddest news in baseball history. Mr. Vin Scully, the voice of the Dodgers for 67 years, passed away last week at the age of 94. And a lot of tributes have come in, everything. He was the Dodgers all the way back in the 50s and 60s. He started in New York. He was 12 years old. He was walking past the Chinese laundry, and that's where he got his love of baseball. It was the New York Giants back then. Then he started a radio career. He came to Los Angeles, and that's how he would start the show every day. It's time for Dodger baseball. And there he was with that excellent voice. And if you saw on my Facebook page, I put a nice story. Before I claimed Angel Red, yes, I was Dodger Blue. And
I can't fix everything. Sorry, guys.
and we would watch on either KTLA or even KTTV before KTTV was Fox. And the show would come on. Vin would do the first 3 innings. And then Don Drysdale, there's a name from the past. He would take over the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, and then Vin would bring it home. Then, of course, I jumped on the Angel band. But I
first
always
of many bandwagons that Stat Boy would jump onto.
Yep.
think that
He's a
I think
bandwagon.
Stat Boy has jumped on more bandwagons than Paul White has had face heel turns in his career.
Ooh.
and the wrestling reference has begun.
Yeah, but we know he is a bandwagoner.
Confirmed.
But
Stat
We'll
Boy
do it.
approved.
Absolutely. So whenever the Dodgers would play the Angels, this is when I still had a radio. If you guys know what a radio is,
yes.
I would turn down the broadcast. I would turn on the radio. There's Vin talking about the Angels. And I finally got to see him when the Casa family went to Dodger Stadium, when they put the hockey rink, when the Ducks played the Kings. He came out. He led with Bob Miller. They came out, and of course, he altered his line. It's time for NHL hockey. And then the last time I went to Dodger Stadium was probably between 2017 or maybe even earlier, and tried to go to the press box. And I said, can I please meet this man? He's been in my childhood. And they politely said, no, he has to get ready for the game. But that's the closest I got to him. But at least I got to look up and see him, and there he was waving to the crowd. So, it's tough. It's hard to watch Dodger baseball without him. Even when he retired, I said the same thing. I'm like, you can't. It's hard. It was hard when Chick Hearn left the Lakers. It's still a little bit tough when Bob Miller retired. But now, keep Bob safe because he's the only one left.
Yeah. Before I get out of here and turn things over to you, I'm just going to say this real quick. Los Angeles has been very blessed with our commentators over the years. We've got Chick Hearn for the NBA. We had Vince Scully. We have Bob Miller. 2 of them have now left us. Bob is still around. We've just been blessed. So, Dori, welcome to the Casa channel.
Thank you.
Mikey, you guys take it away. Introduce the rest of your panel, and I will catch you guys around.
Thanks, bro. Catch you later. All right, you said you had a question?
Yeah.
What's your question?
So in your in your memory recall, I got to pick on you just a little bit.
Okay.
When did he commentate for the Angels?
He didn't. He's always been for the Dodgers. Did I say that?
You said Angels.
Okay. I meant what I meant. What I was saying. I put on the Dodger radio broadcast so I could hear him because it was simulcast as the Angel broadcast was on television.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. Our first botch of the season, courtesy of me. Above us, we have the Cleveland Cowboy up there. Good old Josh Mansfield. Turn your microphone on with what do you got drinking there, sir?
Cider Boys, Banana Bliss.
Cider Boys.
Found it today.
All
I
right.
had it once before. I found it at the store today.
Way to
Amazing.
go, sir. Way to go. And our other panel member, he's been part of the family here. I was greatly appreciated to be on his show, the Gridiron. What is it? What's the proper title?
Oh, the Gridiron Grapple.
The Gridiron Grapple. The Pittsburgh's own Big Baller G. What you been up to, brother?
Nothing much. I am excited for this football season. It's like Christmas every year. We wait for it. We wait for it. We wait for it. And we are here. Other than that, it's good to see you guys again.
Always awesome. It's been a
Oh,
great hot, sticky summer out here. All right, boys, we're going to get right into the talk of the town, the hot topic of the day. We're talking what is our bread and butter on this show, football.
Oh, boy.
And the big news, Deshaun Watson suspended for 6 games after violation of personal conduct. I do have a bit of a thing here. Former federal judge Sue L. Robinson has found that Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has violated the personal conduct policy of the NFL and has suspended him for 6 games as a result. As of March 2021, there have been 25 civil lawsuits filed against him, accusing him of inappropriate behavior while getting a massage. All but one of these lawsuits have been settled. So my first question to the group, and Josh, you'll take the lead on this. How does this affect the team?
Wow, you're making me taking a sip of
Oh
this
yeah,
early,
you're
aren't you?
leading off, sir. Oh, he has to take a hit. Get a drink.
Yeah.
The floor is yours, sir. Go ahead.
So, I will be the first to admit I was not a fan of the idea of trading for Watson to begin with. I'm just going to state that flat out. I think football-wise, if you're just talking about on the field, yes, it made complete sense. Is off the field, obviously it is where we're getting. We signed Jacoby Brissett for a reason. Because he has stats very similar to a healthy Baker Mayfield. And
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett, from what I've seen and heard, is doing very well in training camp, looking good, looking strong. I think if Watson does end up being suspended indefinitely, like the NFL wants in their appeal, Roger Goodell said today at the meeting of all the NFL owners when they legitimized the sale of the Denver Broncos to the family that runs Walmart. He said that they believe that a year-long suspension or indefinite suspension of at least a year is justified. It's what they want. It's what they want their his designee to hopefully rule. But we will see it is up to Peter Harvey to decide. If he is out the entire season, I think with Brissett and with the absolutely amazing team we have, I think we are still playoff capable.
We'll get to
Super
that.
Bowl capable,
We'll get to that part
maybe
later.
not. I hope that the games that he's suspended for just football reasons, granted, I do not condone Watson's actions whatsoever at all. I think they are disgusting, as Sue Robinson put it flat out. I think Brissett can easily win those first 4 games. The next couple, it's iffy. Well, so we'll see. Is the punishment that Sue Robinson gave fair? I think she believes it is based off of the NFL's own precedent, which the NFL is now seeking to dismiss and create a whole new precedent on this one case without fair notice, which is what Sue Robinson criticized the NFL for even seeking the indefinite suspension in the first place. So I do think that if the designee does rule an indefinite suspension or a year-long suspension, that the NFLPA will sue in federal court. And I wouldn't blame them, considering flat out it seems that the NFL was never going to abide by Sue Robinson's decision in the first place, no matter what it was, due to the fact that they leaked weeks beforehand that the NFL was seeking an indefinite suspension. So it seemed pretty obvious they were just, if they didn't get what they wanted from her, they were just going to decide it themselves, completely, I guess, ripping up the whole process, pretty much.
Okay, first off, we don't know if his actions were confirmed. Remember, everything has been alleged. And these lawsuits that have been settled never came about to which he admitted anything. So there have been no criminal charges, and everyone else has been quiet about that. So the condoning part, I mean, if you want to believe that this stuff happened, that is truly your opinion. But one, he hasn't said anything. This money's been given out, and we don't. It's so far we have to believe it's all alleged. Everything is alleged because nothing has been confirmed.
I get where you're coming from. I'm just going based off the wording that Sue Robinson used. She seemed to believe that the allegations that the NFL presented were credible and they met the standard of proof that the NFL used. That is what she determined. She believed that they were accurate. So that's that. I'm basing it off of her ruling and the language she used in the decision.
Fair enough. Lou, go ahead.
Well, since I never heard anything, again, nobody's was talking about it until, to the best of my knowledge, at least, because I haven't been following too much lately. I didn't know anything about this until the suspension issue came up with Sue Robinson. Thank you, Sue Robinson. Started kind of following a little bit since then, and it's like 30 cases.
Mm-hmm.
And even Goodell has said that the multiple violations were egregious and it's predatory behavior. Who it came out, how it came out, I don't know. But if there's that many allegations and money is being paid out, there's something wrong. They're trying to keep something quiet to a degree, at least. And if there's no physical evidence, there's not much they can go on. However, if they are just looking at his predatory behavior towards women, apparently, or masseuses, something needs to be done because it could lead to something worse.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, it could.
And
absolutely agree.
I will say that I will agree with what they've given us so far, that a 6-game suspension is not long enough. He does need to have that at least 1 year suspension. And maybe get the man in therapy or something in the meantime.
Yes.
The first 6 games in question will be against the Panthers, then the Jets, then your Steelers baller in week 3. Week 4, they play the Falcons. Week 5, they play the Chargers. And week 6, they play the Patriots. Now, based off of that, Josh, and G will actually go to you on this one. Will that make a difference on those 6 teams alone?
Well, I have seen Jacoby Brissett play against us a couple years ago when I believe he was playing for the Colts at one time. Playing against us, the Browns and Cleveland, or the Browns and Steelers always have that tight game as of late. So I see them have not too much of a difficult time against us, but it'll be a close game. The other teams, I could see them winning with Brissett. I'll give the defense their credit. Cleveland's defense is okay. So
Mason Rudolph knows that.
So I mean, and I've always said the defense wins the games. So if the defense can hold tight against those 6 teams, besides the Steelers, then they'll be okay.
Okay, fair enough. So now with the punishment issue, go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Just a couple of comments. got involved with this, and I got to agree with Casa. Technically, he is innocent until proven guilty. But like Papa's saying, if he's paying money out for silence, he's guilty. He's guilty of something that they're trying to hide. Okay, go on.
All right.
It's like a
So-
certain Vincent man.
If you guys remember, Calvin Watson got suspended for a total of 17 games, and he had to forfeit all of his money because he was caught gambling. And also, Josh Gordon got suspended for a year because of performance enhancing substances and substance abuse. Now, that was at least 25 games the last, I believe. So, the quick question, does the punishment fit the crime? Who wants to go first?
I'll
Go ahead, Josh.
first, if that's okay. Thing is, with the gambling one, there is specific sections in the CBA about these actions. So to compare Watson and I why do I keep forgetting his name? What's his name again?
Gordon. Josh Gordon.
No, not him. The one who gambled.
Oh, that is
Another one.
Calvin Watson.
Okay. So to compare Calvin with Deshaun, I think is misplaced because of the two different actions taken. People already think the NFL is rigged as it is. So you're betting on your own team to win a game. It comes down to in actions that affect the game itself compared to actions outside. And that's not to diminish sexual assault whatsoever. That's
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's just how the CBA has it. And that's same with the performance enhancing drugs, because that's enhancing your performance in the actual game. Now, again, fair-wise, with this punishment, Sue Robinson found that it was fair based on the NFL's own guidelines of how they apply these things. She basically said, in the future, you could up this, but as of right now, you can't because you did not give fair notice. Because while she said Watson likely committed sexual assault, she did clarify and note that it was non-violent, which sets it apart in a way. I would say 6 to 8 games at a $10 million fine.
Whoa!
And then therapy.
He can afford
That's
it.
add the fine that the NFL wants and mandate the therapy, but keep the games the same. Because he already did not play last season, basically because they wouldn't let him. Like, he tried to go for a trade, but they stopped him from even being able to go on to get a trade. They stopped him from that. So I would say I would count last season as time served and just do 6 to 8, maybe 10 games. I think there's a reason. I don't know why. There's a reason that in settlement talks this past time, the NFL would not go below 12 games. They did not want him playing in the Texans game, in Browns versus Texans. I think there's likely a reason for that. As you've seen, the Texans have settled with all of the women. There has been no investigation, no punishment for the Texans organization who allowed all this to happen in the first place. So there's big discrepancy there, and I think that will be something that will be brought out if they indefinitely suspend him and if the NFLPA sues in court.
Baller G, go ahead.
I don't know what else to say.
Oops.
It's all good. I mean, I really didn't read all into this. So, I mean, 6 games doesn't seem like a lot to me personally. So, I mean, maybe like Josh said, 6 to 8 games, maybe, or I don't know. It's this is all really new to me.
See, you just know that either way, we're both right now in quarterback purgatory.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Lady of the room, is it fair? Is 6 games enough?
I'm going to go back to what Josh was saying, that what Deshaun Watson, his conduct is not related to how he's performing on the field during the game. His conduct is outside, his personal life outside of the game.
Right.
To where, give me the names again.
Calvin Watson and Josh Gordon.
They were both doing stuff that affected their gameplay, affected how their teams played, affected what happened on their fields.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, again, he is innocent until proven guilty, but him paying the money out says, or them paying money out for him says there's guilt involved. But there has been no evidence. There's been no court case. There's been nothing to say he can't play. He's screwing up his home life or his social life, not his athletic life. With that said, though, I'm going to take it away from sports and say, look at how many actors have had various allegations that have now completely destroyed their careers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The allegations were ended up never being founded. So, I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I really, just because of how our society views these superstars and all our heroes and these people that make all these big bucks and are on the screens and stuff, they are held to a different standard than you and I are.
Good point
So,
indeed.
Again,
I'm going to say that based off of the other 2 effects, the gambling, the performance enhanced substances, and the inappropriate behavior, if you look at all 3, one has to be ranked worse than the other. Therefore, if one is ranked worse than the other, the punishment should be greater. It's gone backwards. Okay, the abuse got the worst because the substances were illegal. Okay, if he's doing it in his personal time, that's one thing. If he's doing it to enhance the game, that's another. So there needs to be something across the board. I believe it needs to level out, because then you can get the legalities and the whole, oh, well, why does this person get this problem and this solution, but why am I being treated differently? Then it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And before you know it, it's exploded into this horrible PR movement that he's not going to want to play anymore. He's not going to want to do anything ever again. He's going to be shunned and cast out.
Yeah.
the only reason that I'm seeing at the moment that they're not pursuing more legal matters with this is because he is a football star. It's a whole, if it was my neighbor, he'd be in jail.
Oh, absolutely.
If it was my next door neighbor, they would be in jail until they found, for as long as they could hold him on these allegations, until they had to let him go because of lack of evidence or whatever it may be. Again, layman status versus superstar status. And then who is to judge which one is worse than the other? I mean, it's going to be from various people's points of view and own personal experiences are going to change how those are ranked. And yes, very much JJ, just like Johnny Depp.
Yes,
and I was thinking Kevin Spacey too, although I think his were founded to be true. But yeah, there you go.
So again, friends, in the if you're watching live on the Casa, give us your comments on this. And of course, this will be replayed on Thursday. We'll get that with the plugs and everything else. All right, we're going to switch gears over, and we're going to take a quick look at the baseball standings that's currently happening right now in the good old MLB. Those are the current standings. Also, they are behind us there on the good old Statboard 9000. And Dori's been happy all season long. Her twins have been dominating like crazy. Of course, the Yankees have been in a bit of a slump late. They've been dominating ever since April, but now they are the number 2 team, and the Dodgers are the number 1 team. They've been on a 9-game win streak. So we're winding down baseball season, getting ready for football season. Guys, what's your baseball quickly if you've got anything?
I'm not the biggest baseball fan, so
To each their own.
Go Guardians.
I was going to say, hey, Josh, how do you feel about those Cleveland Guardians?
Yeah, Josh, I don't think you've ever given us your thought on the name change. If you want to go ahead and talk about that for a quick second.
I didn't really pay much attention to baseball as it was. I know that we're called the Indians to honor one of our players, but it is what it is at this point. I didn't care for the name change. I thought it was dumb, but is what it is. We're doing pretty good. I haven't had a chance to actually watch any game now of the Guardians, so I know we're doing good. That's all I know.
Yeah, I will agree with that. The Guardians, they are still contenders for wild card. They are currently in second place in the Central Division, right behind.
Go Twins!
Right behind the Twins. So there
Sorry,
you go.
Josh.
We're still doing
How long
good
is it
after
going
the
to take
All-Star
for
game.
Dori to put my head through the stats, Ron? 9,000. If you know, you know.
Oh, well,
6 weeks.
6 weeks, you
6
think?
weeks.
Okay.
We'll see. It could
5
be,
weeks.
How many times into a show am I going to do it, too? So
She can also do it virtually. I'll tell you that. she can give me the glare from like across the room, and I'm just through the window out there. So yeah, this thing has been quite helpful through the summer. If you've been following me on Twitter at LBStatKid1977, almost every other day I update the standings, and as we get closer to October and the World Series, careful betting on baseball. People aren't Hall of Famers for that. Ooh, Pete Rose reference. Yeah, the Reds, they're winding down their season too there.
Yep. Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the show. Thanks for watching today. All right, let's continue on going. Let's switch back into football. What's going to happen overall this season? Now, what I did was I found a nice little simulator program on the internet. Now, Josh, Baller, and Dori have not seen these stats. These are the first time they're going to see them. They're going to look at this. I predicted the entire season from week 1 to the Super Bowl. These are my predictions. Producer Jeff, go ahead and put up the graphic, if you would, please. If you can. Oh, wait. Well, does it really matter?
We'll do AFC.
Do
first.
AFC first. Here we go. AFC first. That's what we're calling American before national. Here we go. Come on. There we go. There's it is, and there's the shocker that I could not believe. I said that the Steelers were going to go 17-0. As Josh chugs his
Don't put the pressure. I don't need that again. I do not need that again.
I gave the Titans a pretty good run. I gave the Chiefs a good run. The Patriots are going to squeak in.
What happened to the Jaguars and the Dolphins?
They're not going to do anything.
What happened to the Bills?
They are going to need their. They're going to continue their downfall, sadly, because Tony Khan's going to be too busy worrying about AEW. He's not going to be worrying about the Jaguars. Sorry about that.
What?
And so based on these numbers, it looks like, and we'll get to the playoff stature in there. The 7 teams are going to be the 3 from the AFC North, the Patriots, the Titans, the Chiefs, and the Broncos.
Ooh.
Let's switch sides and go over to the NFC. Yes, I gave the Vikings the top spot. I think they're going to go 16-1 along with Dallas.
You're really making me jump tonight.
That's because he's a bandwagon fan for the Cowboys.
Exactly. That's what I did. I think the Rams are going to make a playoff run because they do have a title to defend, and the rivals are going to. I think Minnesota and Green Bay are going to dominate their division and their play this season overall. Washington, Atlanta, and Arizona. They're not going to do anything this season. A name change is not going to bring them up any better than whatever. And I tried to be generous with Detroit. I really did, but
Aaron, if you're out there,
not going to happen.
I'm so sorry, darling.
I'm still stinging after the Matt Stafford trade, and apparently he's got an injury, which I need to touch on. I don't have all the full details on that, but he should be ready for week 1. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about this? Uh-oh, Josh has something to say.
Go for it, Josh.
No. Please clarify. This was a thing you just put into a machine and pressed a button, and it randomly made this, right?
No. It went week by week, game by game, and these were the results.
Okay.
If I am a little bit biased towards the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Rams, and the Titans in the AFC, guilty as charged, Your Honor.
Yeah, right.
Well, producer man, can you go back to the AFC real quick? Our good producer.
Okay.
Pittsburgh ain't going 17-0. In any world, in any scenario, they are likely going to be at the bottom of the AFC North this year, considering how bad in quarterback purgatory they are.
He's got a point.
G, do you agree with this?
Of course not. Why would I agree with that?
You have Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and you still haven't figured out who your starter is yet in any way, and all three pretty much are going to suck.
Look, Mansfield. Yes, we don't know who our quarterback is going to be. Offensively, we have not been that great. Defensively is what is going to win us the games. We have, I believe, the defensive player of the year on our team, Mr. TJ Watt, that is going to smash James Harrison's record this year. I believe he needs 7 to 9 sacks to beat that record. Now, mind you, like I said, quarterback-wise, we have Trubisky. I've heard good things about him. We have Kenny Pickett. I've heard good things about him. We just re-signed Deontay Johnson to a 2-year contract. I believe we have a rookie in George Pickett. We have Najee Harris, who is all good around. Are we going 17-0? No, of course not. I don't need that pressure this year. Me and Greg do not need that pressure. We went undefeated 2 seasons ago, and we lost against the Redskins. The Commanders, and it was all downhill after that because we lost to you guys in the opening game of the playoffs. But like I said, we're not going undefeated. If I had to make a solid prediction, the one that he has for Cleveland. I'm gonna go 13-4. I can see us winning a good amount of games. To be honest, we'll see. Oh, we lost.
We lost that
boy
and
Dori.
While we wait for them.
All right, then. I'll just go ahead and do the thing I was planning on doing this today. I lost my hat. Okay, yeah, hi, I'm here. Yeah, I'm not on camera for reasons I will disclose later when I can. So yeah, as far as to answer Dory's question, since she's not here anyway, yeah, Jacksonville's lucky to even have a team on the damn field half the time. They're so out of whack. They sucked. They gave me a glimmer of hope when they actually won one game last year, and then they did Jacksonville things, but freaking they're terrible. Detroit's terrible. I love them kissing Detroit, but it's like, okay, sure, guys. Yeah, they're terrible. They're awful. Let me go back to where we're in NFC. There we go. Thank you. Okay, I should be able to see this. I don't know how much of his graphic work or how much the stats he gave me, I should say, were to smoochy boochies as far as me and Dori are concerned, but I ain't gonna get mad at it. I'm not gonna lie. As far as people doing Baltimore dirty, Baltimore did everybody dirty, as did the league when they gave them that freaking pass, whatever week that was, and made Denver suit up some jabroni from the freaking secondary as quarterback, and the Ravens kept getting a pass and a pass and a pass. It's like, no, we're not doing them dirty. We're doing them exactly how they deserve, okay? Because screw them.
You know what, Jeff? Speaking of that, that's when we were undefeated, and we had to wait almost 3 weeks to wait for the Ravens.
Yep. Those 3 weeks cost, and again, people think whatever they think. I mean, hell, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm championing the Steelers here. That 3 weeks was here's the one for the week. I'm not even on this damn channel. I'm producing the show. That was fucked up on the league's part, and they screwed the Steelers on that. Whether you like the Pittsburgh Steelers or not, and I'm not technically supposed to, based on the fandom of my team, but that 3 week layoff was murder on them, and it showed, because they should have had a week. They should have had to wait. I've said this every day since that week, because Greg and I were on the air either the day before that game was supposed to happen, and then we were on the week after, and it was just like, oh my God, why did this happen? It was awful. It was absolutely awful. Greg was inconsolable for days, as he should have been, because the league completely gave Denver a freaking gimme. I'm sorry, gave Baltimore a gimme, and literally they had some guy, I couldn't even tell you the guy's name from Denver.
I think it was a wide receiver or somebody that used to play quarterback. Somebody
that should have had no place throwing or handing off in football. That's ridiculous. And Baltimore just kept, they have COVID. Okay. Sucks to be them. Suit up the guys that aren't sick.
I mean, we had that issue too, where they kept trying to get us to play, and all of our guys were down, and they wouldn't, and it took them forever to finally postpone our game.
Right, but the difference is Cleveland was actually in mild contention at that point, which people were like, about that. So the fact that Cleveland actually had anything, it's like, okay, yeah, you let the guys. Baltimore, if I remember right, was so far out of the loop that it wasn't even worth it to make them let them wait that long. It was bullshit. All right, Mikey's back. Carry on.
My only other thing about this was in the AFC North, but.
Maybe he's not back. We got the wheel of doom. There he is. Okay, Mikey, have fun.
We're back. We're here.
Yay. My only other thing was, how the heck do you think the Bills are going to have a losing season? Like Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Von Miller.
Yeah.
They're going to sweep that. They're going to sweep the AFC East again with ease.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous right there.
A lot better than you give up your prediction.
I would flip that around. I'd make that 12-5.
I would agree with Big G.
It's not a winning one either.
11-6 is
the Bills.
Oh, I was looking at the Broncos.
5-12.
Oh, sorry, wrong team.
The Bills, I would push that around. I'd make them 12-5 at least.
Well, okay, so this is I went on who I thought was going to win each game. I'll be lucky if I get 50% right. It's water cooler talk. That's all it really is. We're going to keep it up. We're going to keep looking at this throughout the season, especially as we now bring back. Oh, what did you want to say?
We're holding you to this for your predictions.
Oh yeah, I am all for it. If you want to bring this up every week, every time I get one wrong, like if oh yes, bring up the postseason stuff. We might as well show how that's going to go. We might as well bury me even more.
Yep.
So the Patriots are going to play the Browns. The Titans are going to play the Bengals. The Chiefs are going to play the Broncos. The Bucks are going to play the Packers. The Rams are going to play the 49ers. And the Cowboys are going to play the Eagles. giving the 1 and 2 spots to Pittsburgh, and it would have gone to the Vikings, actually. So then in the divisional series, Titans are going to play the Chiefs, Rams are going to play the Cowboys, Steelers are going to play the Browns. We already have had this matchup in the sports bar right now, so let's just throw that out there that you two are going to go at it in the divisional. And I've got the rivalry Viking and Packers. We go to the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. It's going to be Titans versus Browns, and the Vikings are going to take on the Cowboys.
Oh, he's going to be so
I have a feeling I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Which is taking us to the Super
Bowl.
Never mind.
I already know.
I want to see a Tennessee-Dallas Super Bowl.
You almost made the right decision. You almost made the right decision there, Stat Boy.
Almost.
No, I'm not taking. I didn't take any into that. Jay is calling me out as he should.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay if you take out Dallas and put in Minnesota. I'm happy with that too. They are my backup.
We need some kind of punishment for at the end of the season, with it increasing with how much Stat Boy gets this season wrong just by those graphics.
Oh God! No.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh yes, and who wins this monumental clash? Good
Yeah,
question.
who wins, Stat Boy?
Dallas.
You're
So
not
now
even
you have
going for
three
your home
teams.
field?
My home
Wow.
field is Los Angeles.
Oh my God!
Just because I reside in Tennessee, I'm giving them a championship. I'm just not giving them the Super Bowl.
Listen, Stat Boy, we
Damn
we
right,
know
I'm
that
kissing
you
that.
enjoy.
Yeah, you know this. How long have you known this, bro? You've known this for years.
Okay, so
Yeah. We know you. We know you love us sucking up to our esteemed producer. But come on, we all know Cowboys ain't them boys.
Oh, they are. Oh, come on. They'll always be them boys.
no, they're not. They are not anymore. But you know, Josh, I like your idea of some kind of punishment that we will do on air at the end of the season for how badly he has this screwed up. We'll talk and we'll figure something out.
So Jeff, make sure if you're listening, make sure you keep those
He's listening.
predictions somewhere.
He's listening. He's trying not to jump on screen and
Right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
He's
Uh-oh.
trying not to
Pop has turned on me
yell at me
too.
for going after his Cowboys.
Dallas.
I'm
No.
sorry, Pop. I can't root for the Bucks anymore.
No, I'm sorry. Tom Brady, who retired, who decided he wasn't ready to retire. Yeah, no.
Right?
That is
I need
why
Josh Allen to
didn't put-
retire him
That's why I
again.
didn't put Tampa as high as Steve, because he's not going to be the Tom Brady of who knows when. He never
So
was.
Tom
let me.
Brady doesn't know anything outside of football, so he thought he's going to retire and have all this big, all these big options come up for him, and he make money and all this other stuff. And now it's just like, I don't know how to do anything but football, so I guess I'm not going to retire. I'm going to die playing football because I don't know how to do anything else.
This was my thought. So when Ben retired, right?
Yeah.
Tom Brady was like, "Oh, Ben retired. Now I got to retire, so I got to steal his thunder." And then he decided to play. Then he decided to, he literally stole his thunder, and so he decided Tom Brady started playing golf or whatever, and now now he's gonna play until he's 45 or whatever he said. So I don't know. But yeah, he stole Big Ben's thunder.
Yes,
Saying
he
it
did.
on air.
Well, it's all documented. It's all there. It's going to be a weekly thing every time I get something wrong, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to just say,
During our weekly stuff, we may not always be in the same room. So if I'm not in the room when we're going to give him a punishment, I will walk in and gift slap him for each one during the season.
Okay. This press release is official.
That's oh my god! Hey, I can go for another 5 years. I'm healthy. I can go. I can make it.
Yeah, he's got to find a spot for you though.
Oh, good point.
Please note that this contract is void if the Steelers don't get that far.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Josh. So as we were talking about a weekly thing, don't forget, as this big announcement is now coming back into play, our weekly pick'em contest is back. This person right here is the defending champion of last season. She beat everybody.
Thank you very much.
So here's how it's going to work. We're going to play every week the same thing. All you got to do is just pick the winner of every contest. The matchups will be sent out on Facebook or even on Twitter, thanks to the Statboard 9000. You put your picks in. If you're right, you get it right. If you're wrong, you get it wrong. Also, we're going to bring back Zach, who is the defending one-on-one champion. In week 1, Dori is going to face Zach to become the one-on-one champion as well, because you're not a champion unless you defend your belt. She will pick her picks as normal. Zach will play the point spreads. That is the advantage, disadvantage. Guys, are you in? Are you joining us? Are you playing?
You know,
I am broke.
It's no money. No money.
It's just
No money?
No
Then
money.
Yes, I'm in.
We just do bragging rights on who, and we'll keep a
Yeah, I'll be in.
Great.
we will just keep a running tally each week on who's doing the best each week and what your total picks are consecutively as we can continue. We'll go for the week, and then you'll get rankings, what the current rankings are for each week.
Exactly. And to all the players season, at the end of this broadcast, the window is open. If you want to get in and you're on the 2022-2023 Pick'em group chat, all you got to do is say, hey, I'm in, or you can comment it, or you can send me a tweet or something else. Let us know you're in. Now, again, the first 3 weeks are preseason. It's practice. It doesn't count. It's just to get you guys back in the game. Now, football squares. Normally, we do football squares only for the Super Bowl. Not this season. We're going to do football squares every week. Every Monday night football game, there will be a grid coming up, and we're going to, for the first 6 weeks, all the squares are $1. $1 gets you in. 5 square maximum. So all you got to do is put $5. If the grid sells out, it's an 80-20 split. The channel gets $20, $80 up for grabs. $20 a quarter. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the final. Not overtime. The final. Not fourth quarter, fifth quarter. That doesn't work. It has to be the final bit. If you have the winning square, the money's yours. If you have a touching
Oh,
Uh-oh.
think we have lost Stat Boy once again.
It would appear that way. He's frozen solid. All right. So I'm only on screen for this, Mansfield, so don't get me going. All right. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a thing because I've got this show to finish up, and then I got to talk wrestling in, good Lord, 2 hours. With the line I have to pick. I think he and I should, or at least I should definitely put out some sort of social media blitz. That way you guys can see all the rules written out or typed out or what the hell ever.
Right.
In black and white or whatever color your social medias are. That way there's no drama and confusion, especially on the money part, because I don't need that hell in my life. I don't. After what happened last year. JJ says he's in for the pick'em, so that's cool. Good to see JJ is going to be in for the pick'em. Again, the pick'em is every week, like it's always been. The football squares, I did not know it was going to be Monday night only. That was not. I don't know if it was I misunderstood or whatever, but that will be a Monday night game thing. That way, we're not handling that much money because that is all Mikey and Dori, and they're doing that. basically, for people that aren't understanding why I'm literally, it says producer guy here is supposed to be appearing on screen. I had a lot of different shows going on, and my intention with this show was to not be on camera, to not appear even verbally. That way I could focus on talk wrestling, but I can still run the show for Mikey, because I do enjoy sitting in the director's chair, the producer chair, whatever, and actually doing the button stuff. It's a lot of fun for me, and I get joy out of it. That way I can kind of see life beyond the on-camera stuff, because eventually I'm going to be too ugly to appear on camera or too old to be able to speak properly. So I'd rather just go ahead and do this without having to worry about being on camera. All right, so Mikey, I was filling them in on what I said here. We definitely need to lay this out in a social media blitz, that way people can see and read clearly what the rules are, especially when the Monday night game comes up and money's involved, because we don't need any more of that kind of drama for the money stuff.
Absolutely. This we do apologize again. We have been having tons of thunderstorms and lightning strikes the past 9 days.
Well, yeah, you're in Tennessee. It is what it is. I mean,
and it's going to continue for at least another week.
Right.
So all this will be laid out on our social medias, on our platforms. It will all the pick'em stuff is the same. Well, the football stuff, the football squares, we still have another 3 weeks to lay all that out, and it will be taken care of.
I will talk about
JJ's in for the pick'em, he says. So there's that.
Absolutely. That's perfect.
And again, to clarify, the pick'em is every week, like it's always been. Dori will be facing Zach in the first round, and then the football square, the money stuff, is the Monday night game only until the postseason starts. Correct?
Every Monday night game of the season.
Oh God! All I heard was blah, 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 season. I felt like I was watching that bad movie on freaking scrambled cable. Turn off the porn, Mikey. Anyway, pops. Hey, as I say that, Jerry comments, "Wow, I'm going to hell." Cool, good to know. All right, very good. Anyway, jeez. Oh, somebody call a doctor for Josh. He's going to need it with all that alcohol going down his throat. He's going to need it today.
Hey, I haven't even had half of my one drink.
Yeah, but that's a lot in an hour. That's a big, heavy beer ski. Anyway, whatever it is.
It's a regular.
Okay.
What's next on tap? I think we're getting ready to wind down, right?
I've kind of lost everything after the whole, because we did pick up. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much at Stat Boy shout out / go home. So
okay.
So and we fly. Okay, I get to do the shout out. Cool. Okay.
Oh, no.
What in the hell's going on around here?
We have a birthday in the sports bar.
Okay. So, Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou. Shout out. Go ahead, Mikey.
Very good. We have a birthday in the sports bar. It's Little Miss Bliss. It's her birthday today. I'm not going to say her age, and I'm not going to say her first name because our tablets will go off. Therefore,
right.
Happy birthday, Miss Bliss. Happy birthday to you.
Nice singing.
Yes, it's just the spooning it.
She teamed up with Asuka to take on Nikki ASH and drop in the women's tag team title. This is our last call for the evening. I'm going to quickly touch on the women's team championship. There's the current.
All right. Wow. Okay, Mikey. If you can hear me, just wow, it is really bad. All I'm hearing is like seriously. If you said Alexa, probably be better on you. So restart that tablet or whatever, and we'll bring you back in when you pop back in. I'm not trying to. I seriously, I don't want to do this show. I wanted to be off camera. Okay. Anyway, let's try this again. All right. So yes, it is her birthday. Does anybody have? You guys having a device?
Yes, I have a device. It's
yes.
Mrs.
All right. So it is Miss Bliss's birthday. Mine is actually the device I'm on, the COMPUTR. So I can say her name, but since I won't mess your guys' houses up, she is teaming with Alexa. Oh shit, I just said it. Sorry, guys. Teaming with Asuka as part of the reinvigorated women's tag team tournament. Those two will be facing Piper Niven, and I'm not saying the damn slave name, and Nikki Nikki Cross. I'm not doing that either. Hell with it. And they will be part of the women's tag team tournament that was officially announced by our buddy, the Scrap Daddy, Adam Pierce, after SmackDown on Friday. And Mikey can take the discussion of the tournament from here. Maybe. Possibly. If he stops moving around the house and actually
hold on, I'm getting my
talk without a Mike's suggesting that's why we're not on camera. Go ahead. Here. Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
So
I need to find a technical difficulties thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, bring the bracket back up so I can talk about it.
Got it.
Please.
There we go. So Io and Dakota last night, Tamina and Dana last night. Miss Bliss and Alexa will take on Nikki and Doudrop next week. They will then face Io and Dakota in the semis. Over on the other side of the bracket, we have Raquel and Aaliyah taking on Shia Lee and Shotzi. And then we have the NXT denomination of Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark to go up against Natalya and Sonya Deville. Now, at first glance, and this has been brought up, it honestly doesn't really matter which team wins. If Naomi and Sasha come back, you know they're going to come back out and they're going to say, hey, we never lost the titles. We're the rightful champions. They've done this twice in WWE history with HBK and Razor Ramon and the IC title, and of course CM Punk and John Cena with the WWE title. So we're going to do this all over again. And honestly, I think the team of Asuka and Bliss are on the wrong side of the bracket, because this match, the matchup based off of last night between Dakota, Io, Bliss, and Asuka, that would be a great final match. But they're giving us in the semifinals. So overall, like I say, it looks good on paper, but I'm thinking that they dropped the ball on this one.
Anything can look on paper.
Absolutely. Guys, I leave the floor open to you. Quick thoughts on this before we close down for the week.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it would be great finals between those four female wrestlers. But I can see it being Bliss and Asuka versus Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark for the finals.
The brackets make sense. It's Raw on one side, SmackDown on the other. Dakota Kai and Io Sky, they're winning from the Raw side. I definitely see the NXT ladies beating out the SmackDown side. And then Dakota and Io winning, and then Sasha and Naomi coming out, and we get that match, because from what it's been said, it's basically a done deal at this point. I just wish in this tournament we would have got, Lay Cool or the Divas of Doom, and I got hell on for this on a open mic night, but the Bella Twins, I wish we would have gotten them. I would have loved to see them win this tournament. Not sorry, Jeff. But it is what it is. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you, Papa H, for putting respect back on the women's tag team titles. All hail the game. All hail the authority.
Now who's kissing ass? Go ahead, Dory Lou.
Well, I don't have a favorite. I mean, Lacey Evans is not in there, so I almost don't care. No, that's not true. That's not true. But as long as they don't bring back the Iconics, which apparently they can't right now because one of them is has a button in the oven.
Peyton's pregnant. Congratulations, by the way, Peyton.
Yes, congratulations, Peyton. I just don't like the Iconics. Okay. That's all I got.
Overall, it looks like it's going to look, when it's actually being presented in the ring, the matches might be good, but we all know what the overall story is. We have come to the end of our season premiere. I want to thank everybody who is watching live, and to those who were, yes?
Go ahead.
Who are going to watch the replay on this. The replay will go on the Jeff Meacham Network. That'll be on Thursday. Yeah. I believe we have a bunch of plugs to throw out. Is that correct? Or are we just going to shut down and say thank you? There we go. We have Talk Wrestling with Jeff on Tuesday nights at 10:05 p.m. He's got still
Eastern.
10:05 Eastern, 7:05. Renegade comes up next on Wednesday, August 10th at 3 o'clock with the Renegades Review. If you have not seen the review of Maverick, go see that review. I saw it last night. I did want to say that Maverick is an excellent movie, and it's probably the reason why I wanted to play poker all those years ago.
Poor child.
Yeah, I know. But he will be reviewing Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Excellent movie. Let's see. Why do I like that movie? Because part of it was filmed in Long Beach.
Surprise, surprise.
At the downtown area by the arena.
I encourage you to see the movie before you see the review, and then compare notes.
There you go. Up next, we have
The Greg
the
Cherry,
Greg Cherry
Show.
Show, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for Pacific. Good old Greg Cherry going in there, giving the weird laws and his take on everything, just like we do here in the sports bar. Anything else there, Producer Jeff?
My graphic on the replay
Oh,
botched,
just coming
but
on the
yeah,
show.
my graphic for the replay on Thursday for you guys botched. I don't know why it didn't load, but that's at actually, since we went overtime, it'll be a little bit before 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, a little bit before, followed by
the No DQ Review, Thursdays at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Aaron Rift and their crew do their things. I still want to be on one of those. And then next week, Renegade has an excellent movie called Purgatory.
It's still this week, Mikey. It's on Friday.
I saw that,
Mikey, it's on Friday, not next week.
It's Friday, the 12th. It's this Friday.
It's this Friday. Oh,
It's finally Friday. He'll get the plug right. I'm gonna get it in before the weekend. Anyway, go ahead.
do you remember the movie Purgatory?
Terrible
Excellent
song.
movie.
Yes.
Movie again. If you haven't seen it, go take a watch on it. I did take a quick peek because I'd love to see it again myself. And I found that basically any streaming media that it's available on, you do have to rent it or buy it. You can buy it for $10 on Amazon Prime. Watch it all you want. Excellent movie. Jump in on the review. Give us your
And
opinion.
this is this Saturday's review for JJ. It's a new release, so go ahead.
The movie is called Nope. Don't know much about it.
Nope.
But this is what Renegade does with new releases. He goes to this really cool place. It's called a movie theater.
They still exist?
I think so.
Wow.
He sits down with a bag of popcorn and a large 44-ounce Dr. Pepper and a box of candy, and nope. Don't know what this is about.
I did see the
Look for
movie, and it's very good.
Big G, would you agree it's the weakest of his outings, the filmmakers' outings? Because that's what I've heard from the consensus of people.
Yeah, it was really, really weird.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. The thing, it's a sci-fi. It's a thriller. It kind of goes into the horror genre, but it's much more a thriller like the rest of. And forgive me for the filmmaker's lack of name in my brain right now, but he's. Thank you. Yeah. This is actually our buddy Braden, who produced the Halloween Nightmare, the Haddonfield Nightmare. Saw it opening weekend. He actually liked it, but he did say it was the weakest of his outings. So that's why I threw that out there. JJ's review, of course, will be Saturday, and then Saturday night, as we do on the Jeff Meacham Network and the Casa, and on Noah's channel and on James's channel. Open mic night, of course, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Lord Almighty. And then Mikey, go ahead, go from there, brother.
Open mic night is great, and then of course. Renegade does the War Zone Sundays at 3 o'clock. When he gets new media stuff, he likes to unbox like all the cool stuff that he gets. Keep an eye on that. Sundays at 3 Pacific. 12
and then next Monday and the last Monday of the month, Ask the Dads. And in between time,
August 15th, August 29th. Ask the Dads, not always on wrestling.
Not always. That week
Not
maybe,
always.
but on the 22nd, which is another birthday here on the Casa, we are definitely talking wrestling.
The top 10 SummerSlam title changes. And of course, that is my brother's birthday, August 22nd. All super chats and donations go straight to his birthday fund. It's gonna be a happy, blessed day for my brother, whom I love greatly. And even though he bashes my head in and takes a steel chair to the back of my head, I still love him no matter what. He's my brother from another mother. He's the greatest guy ever. If it wasn't for him and Jeff and starting the Casa and doing all that stuff, we would not be here today. So I truly say it. I really do mean it. I love my brothers greatly, and without them, I'm nothing. So there's my sentimental brother speech for the day. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you two for coming in, being on the debate. If you're available on Tuesdays, you're more than welcome to join in anytime something big happens in the world of sports, be it football, baseball, or hockey. Oh my God, he never lets that go. I hate that story. He gets the last call. He takes the last call and the last shot. Thanks a lot, bro. Do you still want what you want for your birthday? I can easily get you something else.
Now, children.
Follow us on Twitter. There's our handles. I am LBStatKid1977.
Don't forget to tip your bartenders. Have a great night. You can't stay home, but you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
She's halfway Lou. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Stat Boy out.